Let's try to create some 3D text in Photoshop, and we're going to do this the hard way. We're going to actually generate it up. So here's my base image to start with, and it's black, and this will show you the effect. Now you could change the colors if you'd like and try some other colors. So I'm going to use large text here, and I'm just going to type in as a word 3D text, move it around to where you want it so it doesn't fall off your screen, and you'll see how this can apply for your particular work. So go back to the text tool. Now we're going to bulge this text or warp it or something here. So come in and try something that you think you'd like. Let's try inflate. Inflate might work. How about bulge? I think works also. Yep, let's go with bulge. So I've got my 3D text I'm going to generate. Now this is going to go back into almost like it's coming out of a common vanishing point in the middle here. So this is fairly involved. The first thing we're going to do is copy that text layer because we need to drop the color in over this layer on. So we're going to turn off that top layer and just go with the bottom middle layer at this point. And the middle layer has the 3D text on it. So now I'm going to come in, and it's kind of weird. You've seen this tool before, but you'll get the idea once you see it happen once. We're going to distort this with polar coordinates. Has to rasterize it. And I'm going to go polar to rectangular. This is the one that sort of pushes things way out, makes it look really weird. And at this point it doesn't look like much at all. Now we're going to rotate this image because we're going to apply another filter on here. I'm going to go clockwise, and I'm going to apply a sort of a gradient across here, but it's an easy way to apply a gradient. This is using a filter. The filter's here under the stylized called wind. So this is almost like it's blowing from in this case, from the left across our text. Okay, we're going to say apply once. Now that puts a little fuzzy, sort of feathery edge on it. I'm going to hit Command F about 10 times here, and you're going to see this sort of drag out. Now you can see what's happening here. See how it's pushing out there we go. Got a nice soft edge happening and sort of pushing it out to black. So now I'm going to rotate this back again. So I'm going to come back to counterclockwise rotation. This is going to take me back if I think I missed it. Clockwise rotation, and what am I done here? Okay, come on back to that clockwise rotation. There we go, back in. And now I'm going to collapse this and bring our filter, polar, distort back to normal. So we've done this in the past with other pictures. We've sort of spread them out, and now we're spreading them back in again using the same tool. Now you see it's coming to the common vanishing point, and you see the text sort of going to black down there. Now, depending on what color you have for your shading, it's going to affect that look. We'll use white because it stands off nicely here and gives a sort of nice tone to it. So now you can see the 3D text. Come up to your top layer. Now I'm just going to, just for fun, I'm going to, let's go up to the top layer, and I'm going to apply color on here. So I've got the top layer selected, and let's pick a nice color. So I'll just pick a foreground color. How about red? We'll pick a fairly bright red here, and I'll just sort of see if I can fill this in on top there. There we go. So that's filled in that layer with the text, and you could be done right there. Let's collapse our bottom two layers here and merge them together just so they're joined together now, and they're all together. Now our 3D text at the top, let's put a little bit of a, come back to our 3D text, let's put a little bit of a bevel and emboss on here, let's say, for a bit of contrast. First of all, let's go to stroke over here. There's a black stroke, but let's change the color to a blue to give us some offset here. There we go, got a bit of blue there. Now knock yourself out if you, now don't make it too big. There we go, something along that line. Okay, and if you wanted to put a pattern or something over top of there, maybe a texture, there's a little bit of a texture, so you can knock yourself out with a little bit of texture on your thing. You could use custom, I'm making the size go, there we go, something along that line. And outer glow, inner glow, it doesn't hurt, I guess. Drop shadow, let's see what the drop shadow is going to do for us here. I'll just step it up a little bit. That might, hey, that does a little effect on there. There you go. So you get a bit of control over what you're doing with your text. Let's say okay to that before I mess it up. And now you've got your text sort of going back into black here. Now you could change that color of the fading off of the deterioration back to the common vanishing point, and you have your 3D text you've created the hard way inside of Photoshop.